Not every day in the stock market is created equal. We're going to talk about when to get those big profits and when to keep it tight. Stick around. Welcome to Framework Fortune. I'm your host, Ben. If you're new to day trading and you want to learn how to day trade, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Today we are talking about market conditions. And the way to think about market conditions is think of it like your favorite football team. Hopefully you guys like football. But if your favorite football team is winning, then you want to go to the games, you want to buy their jerseys, you want to buy their merch. When they're losing, you don't want anything to do with them. You try to give them a chance, but after the third or fourth game of them losing, you don't want to be there. You don't want to go to the games. You hang that jersey up and you don't pull it off the shelf till they start winning again. So the first thing I recommend doing is Googling CNBC Morning Squawk. It's a morning newsletter you'll get every weekday morning, and it'll tell you in pre-market where the general market is heading. Now the penny stock world is a little bit different. It doesn't quite follow what the NASDAQ does, but that email will at least give you some idea of how traders are feeling, and that's what you want to know. So psychologically, as a trader, you want to know what everybody's mind state is. So let's jump into the Thinkorswim platform and take a look at some things. Okay guys, so here's my Thinkorswim platform, and the sidebar is where we're going to be looking at. There's several different tools I use in the morning to see what the market conditions are going to be. This first one is the watch list right here, top 10% gainers on the NASDAQ. And you can get this by going to create a watch list and then go to top 10 and then right there, top 10% gainers NASDAQ. And it will give you this list and it will automatically scan for you and have these show up. So if you're looking at this first thing in the morning and you don't see very many big gainers, all you see is a bunch of red, that's probably not a good sign. It means that the market's probably going to drop and traders are scared to trade. So if you do try to make a play, you want to be very careful and you want to be in and out pretty quick, because you're not going to get any 100% gainers or 200% gainers if this list is all red. Now, if this list has a 100% gainer, a 60% gainer already in pre-market, then the market's probably going to be pretty hot. So this is a pretty good indicator to tell what market conditions are going to be. Now, if it's kind of mixed, it might just be a mixed day. You might not get a big runner, but you'll probably get a decent runner. But just by looking at this, we can automatically tell what the market conditions are going to be. And another thing is, because I trade penny stocks in the 50 cent to $10 price range, right here, you can see what the prices of these stocks are. And if you have a bunch of stocks that are above that price range, the penny stock world is probably not going to be very hot. Now, if you have a mix like this, if you see there, you got 224, 597, 365, 5043, 299.68, and 205. So there was some penny stock movement today. There was some larger cap stocks that moved as well, but we do know that the penny stock market was not in bad shape today. It was a decent day to trade. Now, another reason I have this up is when I'm trading, sometimes I don't have a stock on my watch list. I might have took it off or I might have missed it. And if that stock starts moving, it will pop up on this list here. So it acts as a scanner for us to find some of those low float movers that don't always show up first thing in the morning on the scan that we do. And then you can see I have that same scanner that I use in pre-market to find my watch list on the sidebar as well. So if something new pops up, I'll already see it. So these sidebars on Thinkorswim are very important, and you want to keep an eye on these. When I'm doing the live stream, you'll kind of see me glance over there and see if anything else is going on. Now the market can start off hot and then mid-morning start going red, but if you've got this up, then you'll be able to see it happening. You'll see those stocks start turning red and you'll have more red than green, and you'll know, okay, market conditions are kind of changing. So we want those good market conditions to really get those big gainers. If you have a lot of green stocks on this watch list, then you know there's a lot of buying volume. So if you're going to get into a play, you can look for bigger profits on that play. But if you see a lot of red, then you know that there's a lot of selling volume. And if you get in a play, it's probably not going to jump very much. You might have some quick little pops, but you're not going to get those 80%, 100% moves on a day where all the stocks are turning red. So you got to keep that in mind and look at that every morning. So another thing we use is the scan in the morning. When you do your scan, if there's only 2 or 3 stocks that pop up on that list and there's not a lot of press releases, there's not a lot of stocks going green, that's another sign that the market's probably not in a good shape to day trade. If you do your pre-market scan and you've got about 8, 9, 10 stocks that all have a lot of press releases, a lot of good press releases, then you know that could be a really good day to make some good profit. So that's another thing. These companies know when the best time to put a press release out is. They don't just put press releases out randomly. There's some type of method to it. So when you have a lot of good press releases on a lot of different stocks in the penny stock world, then you know those companies are putting those press releases out because they want that price of that stock to move. So the first thing you do in the morning is check that CNBC Morning Squawk email, see what the general feel of the market is. Then do your pre-market scan, see what the list looks like. If you've got some stocks moving with some volume and some good press releases, then check your top 10 NASDAQ gainer list and see if it's green. So like I said before, if everything is lining up and your favorite team is winning, go ahead and throw that jersey on, go get your tailgating stuff ready and hit the stadium and go ahead and watch that game because it's probably going to be a good day. If everything is not lining up and there's a lot of red going on, be very cautious and careful on any positions you may take. So hopefully that gives you guys a better understanding of what to look for in the morning to tell if it's going to be a day for big profits or if it's going to be a day to be cautious. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I am live streaming every day trade I make on the Small Account Challenge, and you'll see me go through this whole process every single morning. I'm your host, Ben. You've been watching Framework Fortune.